Welcome back to Reviews and Rankings with Robbie Sobel. Today, little Robbie and I are going to give you a special edition of our retro trailer reaction review series. If you're new to the channel, basically what we do is I present a popular horror movie or franchise and show them to my son, who, unlike us in the horror community, has never seen them before. We give a couple of facts about the movie, we talk about it a bit, and most importantly, we get a reaction from a first-time viewer. Today, of course, is Friday the 13th, which for people like myself, it's a big deal. For little Robbie, he's kind of on the fence. He's not sure how he feels about it. So we're going to kick it off first with the original Friday the 13th trailer, and then the remake that was released in 2009. So basically, before Friday the 13th came out, Halloween was released back in 1978, 2 years before this film came out. Halloween, of course, was a big hit. It became a modern horror classic, a slasher classic in the horror community. So what many production companies wanted to do was kind of piggyback off Halloween's success and do their own thing to make a couple of bucks. The guy really behind Friday the 13th is a man named Sean Cunningham, who first got his name in the horror world in 1978 when he got together with Wes Craven to make this movie, The Last House on the Left. Wes Craven, you would know more for creating Freddy Krueger in the Nightmare on Elm Street series in 1984. So he came out, he produced this movie, Friday the 13th. It was released as kind of just this little horror movie like we said, but, 40 years later, it is now an established classic. So are you ready for some Friday the 13th?
Let's go. The
original trailer. 1, 2, I guess 3. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Hello? Who's that? Oh, hi. What are you doing out in this mess?
1, 2.
That's crazy, Ralph.
3.
They weren't doing anything, honest. They were just kissing me.
We weren't doing anything. We were just messing up.
4. 5. 6.
Marcy, she was very pretty and very cold all the time.
It must be my imagination.
7.
Can I help you? Hello?
8.
What?
9. 10.
He's a very famous actor. His name is Kevin Bacon. His first big movie role.
11. 12. Friday the 13th. You may only see it once, but that will be enough. Friday the 13th.
Alrighty, that is the trailer for the original Friday the 13th. Give them your thoughts. They want to know what you have to say.
I mean, I feel like Jason has to be the horror movie character I know, the most about.
Mm-hmm.
We've done a lot of things with it. I've dressed up for the horror conventions that we sometimes will go to.
Oh, okay. So we'll have to put that picture up here somewhere.
Yep.
You got to meet C.J. Graham, who played Jason in Part 6, and he was a pretty cool dude, right?
Very cool, yeah.
And also that Halloween, you dressed up as Jason, for the holiday, and I was a camp counselor. So it was kind of like a
Yes, I
dual
remember that.
dual costume. That was
That was
a lot
fun.
of fun.
But from this trailer, it definitely looks, you know, maybe a little jumpy, but it doesn't look too bad. I feel like maybe I would
Maybe you would check it out.
eventually. Maybe.
This was one of the first
Um,
horror movies that I saw. Probably, I mean, my first horror movie was in 1988. I was 4. It was Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Friday the 13th came right after that. I watched Friday the 13th films more than any of the other big horror franchises. Just the ones that like my parents would watch. My mom and my dad, so your grandma and grandpa, they went to I think the first 3 or 4 in the movie theater.
Oh wow.
And last month, for the Friday the 13th 40th anniversary celebration of this original film, I took your grandma and my mom back to the theater so she can see it again.
Yo.
Social distancing, everything was fine. There was like 5 other people in the theater, so don't worry about that. I think I have a picture I'll put here, maybe, somewhere. So yeah, Friday the 13th, it's a lot of fun. Are the movies great movies that are going to win awards? Are they films that you're going to dissect and talk about as far as the themes? Probably not. But you know what? Not all movies are like that. Some movies are just 90 minutes of entertainment and fun, keeps you on the edge of the seat, keeps you a little scared, but not too much. And that's what these movies are supposed to be for. It's just having fun. And at the end of the day, that's what we want when we go to the movies or rent the movie or whatnot.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right. So that's our trailer reaction to the original Friday the 13th, which came out, of course, in 1980. However, nearly 30 years later, in 2009, as the horror movie reboot craze was kicked into full gear, it was only a matter of time before the Friday the 13th franchise got its own reboot. And that's what we have. So we're going to dial this one up for you, son, because I love you so much and you're wonderful. And I'm going to give you the trailer for the remake of Friday the 13th. Whenever you're ready, buddy. You ready for it?
I think so.
All right.
Did you know a young boy drowned here? He was my son. And today is his birthday.
You won't believe my parents' cabin.
Here we are. Very nice, huh?
Looks like fun, right? Hanging out, jet skiing. It's all right. I'm sure she's fine. Oh.
Hey, I'm not from around here, but I'm looking for my sister. She's gone missing. Have you seen her?
Jameson. She's dead.
She's dead.
People go missing around here, they're gone for good.
Get out of here. Come on, you guys. Oh my god.
This place is called Camp Crystal Lake.
I think Jason's gonna get him.
Sure you in there?
Please, open up!
We got the guy killing everybody!
His name was Jason. And today is his birthday.
Thoughts on the remake of Friday the 13th? Robbie, what do you got?
that was clearly more, you know,
Intense?
What's the word? Yeah, a lot more intense just by the trailer. You know, the trailer itself, I like how they kind of kept the, you know, 13 theme.
Yeah.
That was cool. I don't know. I don't know about this one.
So this one. So do you feel alright? So last time we did these, I showed you trailers for the Halloween original and remake, and then Texas Chainsaw the original and remake. I'll leave the links in the description below. You can check out those videos. And you said something similar, where the original films, at least the preview wise,
the trailers.
The trailers seemed a little more subtle. Where in the remakes, they were a little more intense. Maybe they showed a little bit more. And that is actually a complaint among a lot of movie fans, especially in the horror community, that these newer trailers show a little bit too much. Where in the older trailers, they kind of left it a little bit more ambiguous.
Suspense.
Yeah.
You know, come see, then you can...
Exactly. So, when this movie came out, I actually didn't see it in the theater. I didn't see it in the theater because I had a baby at home who was like 1.5 years-ish, and we weren't getting out to the movies. But I remember renting this movie and actually watching it with your mom, and I did not like it. I thought that the camera was moving too much, it was too jarring. I couldn't really get into the characters. But it's interesting because I probably watched it since then 7 or 8 times. And every time I watch it, it gets better. And I don't think it's the best movie in the entire franchise, and there's 12 movies now altogether. But it's somewhere in the middle. I'll end up doing a Friday the 13th ranking and review video at some point. But it's definitely a solid flick. It's a little better than people give it credit for, and I think it's better than I give it credit for it in my first viewing over a decade ago. So, all right, if you had to pick, which one would you want to see more based on the trailers?
Probably the first one for sure.
The first one.
The
all right.
first one for sure.
Okay, that's very similar to what you said about the Halloween and Texas Chainsaw.
That's what I said about all the other ones, I believe. Yeah.
Maybe it's just genetic, you know. I love the new and the old stuff, but I'm like a little biased towards the older stuff.
And it's a lot of thing. When I hear you talking about it, you're like always talking about like the older ones, you know, the nostalgia or whatever. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but that's what I think.
We will have to find out one day. Maybe one day we will take the movies that we do in these retro trailer reactions, or at least the original ones. We can give them a watch and then do a little review and get your thoughts on these. So, all right, you know what? I guess that's it for Friday the 13th. We will be back in 2 more weeks with another installment of the retro trailer reaction series with myself and, more importantly, my number one and only son, Little Robbie. So, if you guys like this video, hit the like button and subscribe. You can hit me up on Instagram at Robbie_upgrade. And just remember to keep watching movies.